Honestly, I'm a bit emotional right now because we are in the last leg of your course creation journey, which means that you will fly, you will launch your course, and you will enjoy the benefits, the impact, and the money you'll be creating as a result of your course launch. And of course, my working relationship with you in the form of this course, where I am teaching you and helping you launch your effective course, is going to end today, right now, after this video lecture as well. Um, so let's talk about pricing. And pricing is the most important piece of the puzzle of your course as well. There is a market demand for what you are teaching. You have subject matter expertise. You have created the content. You have recorded the videos. But how you should think about pricing? So let's explore that. Let me move forward. And I don't know why my laptop is stuck. Okay, all right. Yeah, so some people say pricing is an art, some say it is a science. And if you ask me, I'll say one part of me, a small part of me says that it's an art, and a part of me says it's a science as well. Ultimately, the market decides if they are willing to pay for your course. If you're pricing your course super high, super premium price, maybe $10,000, and there are people out there who are willing to pay that price for your course, by all means go ahead with that price. But if there are no buyers for a course which is priced at $10,000, you'll have to understand the market needs and price it effectively as per the market demands as well. So again, I'll say it's a little bit of art and it's a little bit of science as well. So let me tell you how. I think before digging deeper into pricing and thinking about how you want to price your course, I'll say, again, let's take a step back and ask ourselves these simple questions. With our course, what is the age group we are trying to target? And if that age group can afford a course. So, for example, I am teaching ukulele to maybe primary school students, and I have created a course for students. Will they be able to afford a course like this, and who is going to be the primary decision maker when a purchase is being made? Parents, maybe. And if parents are purchasing the course, what is the price point they will be comfortable with? So that's very important to understand what is the age group you are targeting, who is the decision maker who will be purchasing your course. So for example, you are creating a course on financial wellness, so this means that the age group is like senior people, or maybe people who are in learners who are in college or university, or even after that, a lot of people are thinking about financial wellness and managing their finances as well. And then again, asking yourself, can they afford this course? If they are thinking about managing their finance, this means that they have money, right? And they'll be able to afford something as well. And then who is going to be purchasing the course, themselves, or they'll have to rely on someone else to purchase the course? Another example I can give is you are giving a course on negotiation and sales to our department, creating a course on negotiation and sales for different organizations. So now the decision maker is an organization who will be purchasing the course, not the individual. And can an organization afford that course? Again, the price is going to be totally different when you are targeting organizations rather than individuals. And then also understanding the personas of the audience. What is the profession they are in? Especially if you are doing a course on maybe venture fundraising, so you are targeting startup founders. If you are doing a course on angel investing, you are targeting people who are rich and they want to invest in other startups as well. So based on the kind of people who will be taking your course, you can price your course. And it's very important that you are able to pinpoint the personas who will be taking your course. So for example, you are doing a LinkedIn marketing course. Who is the one person you are targeting? If you say you are targeting 10 different personas, I think it's going to fall flat on people. If you are targeting students, you are targeting professionals, you are targeting VP level professionals, and then you are targeting people who are looking for a job. These are a lot of different personas, and they have their different needs and different demands as well. So again, you should be able to pinpoint the kind of persona you are targeting, what is the profession they are in, and how is this course going to be impactful for them. What is going to be the transformation journey of the people who will be taking this course? Understanding that transformational journey is going to be super important as well. Maybe if you are teaching something very basic and you are taking a person from level 1 to level 2, that might have a different pricing. But if your course is very wholesome and you are teaching people to go from point 1 to point 10, then it means that it's detailed. It's covering a lot of different topics as well, and the transformation journey is huge as well, huge learning curve for people. So the pricing of that is going to be different too. And also understanding the geographical location of your students or learners as well. If you are creating a course for audience who is based in US and you are pricing it as you have a learner from India or Pakistani market in mind, that's going to be a bit complicated. In Pakistan or India, you can sell a course for $10 or $15, but if you are looking at the US market, or even if you are thinking about the Singapore market, the same course can be priced at maybe $100. Or if the course is very cheap, a lot of people might not take it seriously. So you need to find the equilibrium in pricing as well. If it's too cheap, if it's very cheap and your content is great, people might not take it seriously and they might feel that it's substandard. And if it's your pricing too high, they might feel that, hey, it's not in our reach and we wouldn't want to make a decision to purchase this course. So these are some of the questions that you need to keep in mind. Again, I will again say, after asking these questions, write some thoughts down on the user persona, the geographical location, the age group, the decision makers who will be purchasing the course, but also take feedback from your prospective learners once you have a persona in mind. Ask people on pricing, and if you might remember when we were in the taking feedback from the market module, I told you that create a Google form and go back to social media platform and ask people if they are interested in taking your course. And I gave people 2 options of pricing as well. The reason why I gave 2 options of pricing was because I wanted to understand whether people would be interested in paying the price I'm thinking about my course. And if they are not, that's a quick feedback from prospective people that they are comfortable with some of the pricing. So maybe just people who are initially interested in taking your course, going back to them and asking them questions. Again, you can experiment with the pricing. You can start with the pricing, but that doesn't mean it's fixed, it's constant. You can do discounts, you can do sales, Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday sale, or you can just like continue to experiment and change the pricing of the course till you find that equilibrium in which you feel that, okay, you can massively scale or you can reach the required audience and you can get more sales as well. Ultimately, your customer is going to make and decide the right price for your course. Again, as I gave an earlier example that you can price your course at $1,000, and if there are people out there willing to pay the price, that's the price for you. So again, taking feedback from the customers, taking feedback from people who eventually will be purchasing your course is going to be super important. So yeah, continue to take feedback. And as a last step, this is a small course pricing framework that we have devised at Air School. And I think I'll fill in some data here and we can see how does this work out. So let me quickly walk you through. For example, if you are thinking about the pricing of the course, the first thing you need to understand is that how much time you have invested in course creation process. So for example, I have invested 50 hours. Okay. And let's suppose I am charging $10 per hour, which is very cheap, but okay. And my plan is to invest maybe $500 in marketing, and the mixed costs are maybe $1,500. So the total cost of my course is actually $2,000. I don't know why it went away. So with the total price of the total cost of the course, which is $2,000, what is the revenue that I'm trying to make? And that's why I've written X, because as the course creator, you are going to decide how much money you are going to make. So with the total cost of 2,000, I am planning that maybe I'm looking at 5 times the kind of money I want to make. So it comes out to be $10,000 is the kind of revenue that I want to make. That covers the total cost of the course and the kind of money I make as well. So in order to achieve $10,000 in revenue for my course, a simple question that I can ask myself is, what is the number of students? Just because you asked yourself all of those questions that I mentioned earlier, Now you can have a good idea of how many students would be actually required, or you can target in your course. Once you have that idea, figuring out the pricing of the course is not going to be difficult. So let's suppose my target is that I will be able to attract 500 students for my course in a matter of 1 month, and I want to make a total revenue of $10,000. This means that I can effectively price my courses at only $20. 500 into 20 is equal to $10,000 of revenue. So that has made my job very simple, that my course is priced at $20. I'm expecting 500 students to participate in my course, and the total revenue which covers the cost of my course creation as well is going to be $10,000. So I think that's a new way we have devised at Air School to help experts think about the course pricing and how much revenue potential they have for their courses as well. But if you have come up with any other framework as an expert while creating courses, I'd love to hear about it. And I think, yeah, that's all for now, and that's all for today. Congratulations once again, you have created and recorded your course, and now you are thinking about the pricing. So the next step is actually going to just Air School platform, and just uploading the videos and launching your course. So super excited for that. And in the upcoming videos, you might not be able to see me, but you will be meeting my teammate Sanwan, who will help you achieve the revenue goals that you have set for your course. So for example, if you want to achieve $10,000 in revenue, what are the tools and techniques? What are the marketing campaigns that you can utilize to acquire the revenue you are targeting? So goodbye from myself, and hope to catch up with you some other time. Take care. Bye.